Well, if you've dined out recently, it's no secret that the experience is different thanks to these COVID times. But what exactly are these changes and what are the societal rules? Court standing by with an etiquette expert to find out.
Yeah, we've got Rosalinda Randall with us this morning. She is our civility expert, and we're talking Rosalinda because a lot of people are, they're like, oh my gosh, finally I can get back to a little bit of normalcy. But normal isn't what the normal was before we started this pandemic, starting with the menus even.
Yes, the menus. In fact, I went to lunch with my father, and he doesn't have a phone. He has a flip phone still.
Sure.
So he's not comfortable with the QR codes that you'll probably see on the table or on the little stand on the table to look at the menu. So you can request one. And some of them, they just bring one for the table because, if they're laminated, they have to wipe them all down. Or they bring paper that you can use as a placemat. So don't be afraid to ask if you're not comfortable or it's dark and you can't see or anything like that. So, and also menu options. You might find, your favorite dish isn't available anymore because they can't really predict how many people are dining. It's
That's
just
true.
still fluctuating.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what about, when you go out to an occasion, a lot of times you are toasting to something. You got to touch those glasses, though. That might be an awkward situation.
Toasting, yes. Some people don't want their rims glasses, when they're going to put their mouth in there. So I've noticed some people want to clink the stems.
Oh, interesting.
That, they can be chipped. So, pardon me, I wouldn't recommend that. The origin actually of clinking each other's glasses was to see if your enemy, you'd invite your enemy, you'd clink glasses so that wine poured in each other's drink, you're trying to poison them. It was a great way to poison people. So one way that you can still do cheers is just lift your glass, look at that person, happy birthday or whatever, and then take your sip.
Okay. All right. Now, I will admit I sometimes like to sample my husband's dessert, but that's my husband. I feel like that's okay. Sampling each other's food might not work so well if you're outside of each other's households.
That's true. And you'd be surprised. There are some couples where one chose to be vaccinated and one didn't. So sometimes you don't want to share any food. So, if you want to sample, even pre-COVID, the way to do it is ask for a bread plate or salad plate before anyone touches their meal. Take a clean utensil and, share the little portion on that plate and vice versa. That way nothing has been touched.
Okay.
But also people don't want to share the chip basket, even though you're careful not to touch. Restaurants can't provide everyone an individual chip basket or even a dipping sauce. So, you can ask, but sometimes maybe that's not the right restaurant to go to.
Okay.
You always have to.
And just a few seconds left. That kind of tags into those larger parties or larger groups.
Yes, call in advance. They may not be able to accommodate. Sometimes if it's a corporate restaurant, they have to follow those rules. So if it's a mom and pop privately owned, their rules might be a little bit different. But a lot of restaurants are not taking more than 10 people. So be sure to call in advance and don't just show up with your big party.
Don't just show up. All right. Well, stick around. Coming up in the next hour, we're going to dive a little bit more into what you can expect post-COVID with dining out with friends, including the condiments. It's always a sticky situation with the condiments. Rosalinda, thank you so much for your time. We're going to link all the details to contact Rosalinda to our website, gooddaysacramento.com, and show info in today's date. Code, back over to you.
That is good stuff. Thank you, Rosalinda. It's always good to see you, friend.